Hello Isaac in Greece, my name is Maggie and I'm ECB Chair of Isaac in Greece for the year 1920, and this is a brief booklet explanation about quality audit. So the content of this video will be what is audit and why it's so important for it to happen. Secondly, we will check the OGX and ICX documents, and I will explain you a little bit what it is and why we need it. Later on, we will continue with how you can submit these documents and, most importantly, where. And we will close with some frequently asked questions, which I will try to answer to you. So, what is audit? Audit basically is the process of examining the organization's records in order to check that everything is working based on the rules, standards, regulations, and laws. Of course, it can happen physically or virtually. We will do the virtual part. What you may not know is that ECB passes through this process too, but by ICB. So you are not alone. Why is it so important to happen? Because by audit, we need to ensure that the process can happen and not to prove that it already happened. For example, we audit the health insurance document in order to prove that DZP is going to the exchange and has the health insurance that is mandatory. And not to prove that after he comes from the exchange that he had the health insurance is most important, the first part. Great, so now we will see the OGX documents, contracts with the EP. Of course, we need to check the contract that lending entity has with the EP. Later we will see later is the ID card and passport in order to verify that this is the EP that is going to the exchange. And of course, like if the EP has a valid ID card and passport. Copies of visa document, it's really important. If an EP needs visa, we need to have a copy of it to ensure that everything is okay with it and it has not expired. If your EP doesn't need visa, you can just provide their tickets that can prove that the EP didn't extend his stay inside the country. Next one, acceptance note of the participant and opportunity screenshot. I will show you now the acceptance note where you can find it. You can go to EXPA on the EP's profile and it's here, acceptance note. You can just click on it and download it here. The acceptance note basically confirms that the EP is okay with the opportunity, he is proceeding with the opportunity, and it has the signature here. And the opportunity, it has information about duration, about working hours, about everything. So make sure you have a full screenshot like you can find here in this booklet, efficient proof. I will show you now how. It needs to be like this, a full screenshot with the number, OPID, role description, dates and everything. So let's continue. Copies of health insurance. Again, once the EP has the health insurance, once he buys it, he needs to send you a copy of it. This goes with visa as well. If your EP doesn't have yet visa or health insurance, make sure you can provide any kind of document that proves that you have informed the EP about it, that he needs to have this and it's mandatory, and that you are tracking the process. Next one, statement of vaccination and insurance. This is the little statement that you will find in the compendium that says in Greek that the EP confirms that he has done all the vaccines that he needs to have. So the EP needs to provide this statement as well. You can have it on an email or even in the contract. Next one, copies of personal development plans. Most of you do this in OPS. Just make sure that you have an email with outputs of it that confirms that you have done the development plan with AP. OPS and debrief space invitation. Again, an email like that you invite the ZP for OPS and the debrief space. And last one, expectation setting document. Most of you may have some booklets or like any kind of email that confirms that you have done the expectation setting. Let's move to ICX. So, first one, contracts with the P. From sending entity and the host entity, any kind of contracts, like with OGV and the EP by their side, and the EP contract that we have here, you just provide it you fill it to the body form. ID cards and passports, again, to make sure that it's valid and to confirm that this is the EP that is coming to the exchange. Contract of accommodation. So yes, you need to provide the contract that has the name of the accommodation and the dates and something that proves that this EP stayed in this accommodation. Invoice of EP fee payment. Once the EP pays the EP fee, you need to provide a receipt so you can keep that document. Copies of visa document as well as copies of health insurance like OGV, you need to provide a copy. And if the EP doesn't have it yet, you can just provide their tickets and any kind of proof for the health insurance that you're tracking the process. Acceptance note again on extra like I showed you. Copies of personal development plans with opportunity provider. This is a tricky one because again most of you don't know how exactly keep documents about it. What I suggest is again an email with outputs of the meeting with the opportunity provider and the EP that you have sent or like the opportunity provider has sent. So you can just provide that. IPS invitation, again any kind of text or emails. Expectation setting document, booklets, emails, whatever you have sent to the EP to set the expectations. Arrival pickup document, again, and for the first day at work, let's combine these two. Any kind of email or document, just for this, make sure that you have the EP's response, like it needs to have the approval of the EP that he's aware and he's okay with it. So that's all about the documents. If you have any more questions about it, of course, we are willing to answer to you any kind of questions. And now I will show you how to. Let's go to Podio. Here I'm in ICX workspace. I'm going to IGP preparation and experience. Let's pick on a random name. And here you fill all the information about the EP. And later you go here. For example, there will be some requests like contracts that local committee has signed with the exchange takers. And you just copy paste the link of the file. What I have suggested before is that you as an LC, you need to have like a Google Drive file where you can add everything there and you just have to copy paste the links of every file. So that's all. Once you are done, everything is saved automatically and we take all the necessary information from this app. Here make sure to the EP's email that you can provide the masked email as well, like it's appeared on Podio. So let's move. If you have any more questions, there are some how-to videos that we have made and you can check those. And we're moving to some questions that we had and I'm gonna answer to you. First one. If the IP was hosted by an ISIC member or other form of global host, what proof can we use? Okay, so some else's may have like global host contracts, which is really good. Like you can just provide that; it will be easy. But if you don't have, make sure you can provide like an email or like messages with a global host that say the name of the IP and the dates, so it can prove it. You can also add the name or the phone number of the global host. If the partner is hosting the IP, what documents should I provide? If it's on the contract, only the contract, but if not, again, any kind of email or messages that you have with a partner that can show the dates and the name of the EP, so we know for sure this EP had this kind of accommodation. Third question, will there be points for the audit? If yes, are they written somewhere? No, for this audit there will not be any points, and they're not written somewhere, but it's in our plans to be added in our compendium. So make sure you are well prepared. Next one, how the auditor will do the audit. It will be pretty easy. Like we need your help for sure. Like you need from now on to work only with Podio and put everything there. So the auditor can just export in an Excel all of this data, evaluate it, and later send a full report to the LC. Next one, my P doesn't need visa. What should I provide? Again, like I mentioned earlier, you can only provide their tickets and the ID card, like it's already a document that we're requiring, but their tickets can prove that the EP didn't extend his stay. Next one, what if I have an EP that didn't go to the project? Will he be audited? This is considered basically a break approve, so break approves will not be audited. On the other hand, break realization will be audited, but as I told you at first, in the first slide, audit is mostly about approvals and to check that every approved TP has everything ready to go to the project, to his project. So no, break approvals won't be audited, but you need to have like the email that you have sent to the other LC through sending or hosting entity, and the confirmation of them that they are okay with this break approval. Next one, masked email. How can I prove it's the email address of the IP? Again, like I mentioned before, if it's a masked email that EXPA provides, in the Podio form, fill the mask with the masked email and the normal email address of the IP so we know we can cross-check the information. And last one, what if the IP hasn't received yet visa or health insurance? Again, like you need to provide any email messages that you have informed the EP about these two that they are mandatory for his project or her project. And once they have health insurance and visa, make sure you are updating the Podio form. So that's all. Thank you from my side. See you on our next video.